Hello, I am Flash Isaac, and today I shall be taking you through questions, commerce questions, JAMB set under occupation. So I'm taking JAMB fast and likely questions under each topic. So today we are at occupation. So what are the likely questions in JAMB under occupation? That is it for today. Now, I shall be making use of the Flash Learners JAMB CBT application. The Flash Learners JAMB CBT application is the best application for JAMB. You have access to all your subjects and questions, past and likely questions under your subject. There is calculator, recommended novels for English and others. Then from the app, you can watch my videos. I have a lot of videos for your examination. So get one for yourself at Google Play Store. Simply search Flash Learners JAMB or visit flashlearners.com for install. If you are watching on YouTube, I'll share a link below. Simply click on the link to install the application. Back to business. JAMB commerce occupation. The first question here says, the allocation of tasks to different skills in production process is referred to as dash. Allocation of task. This means if this is the task A, B, C, D, E, F, and these are the people now you see handsome boys and girls. So task, we take task A, we say you take this, you this is what you'll be doing, you this is your work, you this is your work, you this is your work, and this one is for you that is watching. So the task is being shared. So what is this referred to as? Look at this. From here we are dividing the task, right? This is the task, so we are dividing it for different skills. It is referred to as division of labor. Division of labor. And division of labor leads to specialization. What does it mean? By the time division of labor, you have your own work, everybody will begin to focus on their job, to improve, to specialize. But one thing about division of labor is that sometimes work becomes so routine, it becomes boring. You go to the office today, you sit down, it's just to collect documents or to sign. Tomorrow, the same thing. Next tomorrow, the same thing. So you get tired and your efficiency can reduce in the process. My dear, doing one thing over and over again, just get tired. You get? So it obeys the law of diminishing return. Just like in factors of production, you have one land, you keep farming on the land every year. So the productivity, it will reduce. That's why we say land can also obey the law of diminishing return. Diminishing return simply states that the more of something you consume, with time, the less satisfaction you get. It applies to everything, even in friends, in relationship. The more you are in the relationship, the more you see every day. So the lesser the value, the lesser the satisfaction you derive. So ladies and gentlemen, that is division of labor. And the next question says, which of the following is a limitation of division of labor? Wow. Now, limitation. I just answered this question. I said you do one thing over and over again, it becomes boring. So that is monotony of work. So that would be a limitation since you are not specialized in one thing, you perform specific tasks and rules. So option A is correct. And this question says, the major components of modern retailing include dash. Now, what is retailing? In the chain of production, you have the manufacturers, you have the wholesalers, you have the retailers, and you have the consumers. So the manufacturers, wholesalers, retailers, and consumers. The manufacturer, they produce goods in large quantity, they sell in bulk. Bulk means large quantity, volume, to wholesaler. The wholesalers sell in smaller quantity or in bulk to the retailer, depending on the type of retailer, whether large scale retailer or low scale or medium scale retailer. The retailer sells in units to the final consumers. Remember, production is not complete until the goods and services get to the final consumers. That is when you say, production is complete. Now this says the major components of modern retailing include dash. It includes branding, supermarkets, and after-sale service. Branding is like having a brand for yourself, making a brand for yourself, then putting your name in your product so that, okay, this is my brand, or get from this. So branding has to do with identity of your product or of your business. Then supermarkets, like you already know, and after sales service. After sales service has to do with care and support. I've sold this good for you. Anything happens, you return. If you have complaint or how to use it, I teach you. That is after sales service. So these are the components of modern day retailing. Now the next question says, the role of a wholesaler in channel of distribution is to dash. Like I already explained, the role of the wholesaler is to buy goods in large quantity and sell in smaller quantity to the retailer. The quantity that the wholesaler sells to the retailer depends on the type of retailer, but generally the wholesalers buy more and sell lesser than they bought to the retailer, because if they sell more everything they have or more than they bought to the retailer, it won't even be possible in the first place. So looking at all the options, the role of the wholesaler in channel of distribution is to buy goods in large quantities and sell in small quantities. They don't produce. They can actually buy goods directly from the manufacturers. B is half correct. After buying the goods, what next? So the role is not just to buy the goods to consume. They buy to sell in lower quantity. So option C is the most correct option. The art of soap making is an example of dash. Soap making has to do with transformation of raw materials into finished goods, which is secondary occupation, because primary has to do with extraction of raw materials from land, from sea, fishing, lumbering. So all those activities, farming, they are primary activities. While secondary is to, you are not trying to turn all these raw materials to finished goods, like the textile industry, trying to turn the raw materials into clothes, materials, and the rest. You are now occupying in secondary production occupation. While tertiary occupation has to do with aids to trade, like advertising, warehousing, marketing, all those other things to make the goods get to the consumers. So secondary occupation is correct. And this says the factors that compel people to engage in different types of occupation include all except. If you look at society, we all have different occupations, different businesses. Now, what makes people choose occupation? Looking at the option, A says climatic differences, B advertising, C natural resources, and D skill and training. Now, the type of resources available in a particular area determine their occupation. For example, in riverine area, you see a lot of persons engaging in fishing. So depending on the area you are, that is what determines your occupation. And climatic differences. If you're in an area where there's usually rain, you know what to do. Where it's dry, you engage in occupations that will help you in that particular way. And your skill and training. If you're educated, that determines most times the type of work you are suitable for. If you are not educated, there are certain jobs you can't do. If you can't read and write, you can't engage in jobs that require reading and writing. So your type of occupation actually determines, is based on your skill and training, your natural resources, and climatic differences, not advertising. If I advertise a job or an occupation for you, if you are not qualified, you can't do it in the first place. So you need to be qualified, then it has to be in a favorable area. Occupations are classified into dash. Looking at these options, the correct one is option C. Option D is wrong. Option D is classification of commerce. Commerce is divided into trade and aid to trade. While trade is the actual buying and selling of goods, aids to trade are those activities that enhance buying and selling, like transportation, advertising, insurance, banking, tourism. These are some aids to trade, communication as well. While industry has to do with extraction, manufacturing, assembly, or construction. These are the types of industry: extractive industry, construction industry, manufacturing industry, where extraction has to do with getting raw materials from land or sea, like I explained earlier, and manufacturing is conversion of raw materials into finished or usable products. Why construction has to do with assembly? For example, in buildings, bridges, aircraft, different parts are already produced. So you assemble them to form what you have. Like road construction, you have all the different parts already. So you assemble them to get what you want. So that is construction. And in this case, services has to do with the things, not physical products, like the services you don't see physically. For example, I am teaching you, I am rendering a service, the service of a doctor. So we have direct and indirect services. Direct services are the one you pay for directly. If I am a home teacher, you pay me directly. But the services of soldiers, policemen, doctors in public sectors, they are indirect because the government pays them. So in this case, option C is the correct option. And this is the final link in the chain of distribution is dash. The final link is consumer, because the goods and services produced production cannot be said to be complete except the goods produced get to the final consumer. So in chains of distribution, you can see from producer to consumer directly, or from producer to wholesaler to retailer to consumer, or from producer to wholesaler to consumer. So any chain you choose to use, even production, producer to agent to consumer, producer to agent to wholesaler to retailer to consumer, all of them, they get to the consumer, they end at the consumer. So the final chain or the final link is to consumers. Option D is correct. Look at this. The service of textile worker are an example of dash manufacturing, converting raw material to finished goods. So option C is correct. And this is division of labor ultimately leads to dash. It leads to specialization, which I said earlier. And the type of labor that makes use of physical effort in production is the unskilled labor. Look at it. In a building, you see one man with helmet. He will come around. You say, you with book, okay, I've solved. Okay, use 2 bags there. Use 1 bag here. So it's controlling you. While you see others, they are carrying sand, molding blocks, moving up and down, physical effort, like okay. So that is unskilled labor. It requires physical effort, more of physical effort. But for skilled, less physical effort. Like I'm teaching you now, all right, this is it. You know, the engineers, people that are working in the office, they don't use that manpower. So that is it for that. Unskilled labor require more physical effort. And skilled labor can also be referred to as white collar job. One of the products of an extractive industry is dash iron ore. Yes, iron ore is raw material gotten through the process of extraction from rock. That is extraction, getting raw material from land or from sea. The payment of direct service is usually made by the dash. I just mentioned that. The payment for direct service is made by the individual, while indirect service, payment is made by the government. Wow! Hope you enjoyed this class. Comments, likely questions under occupation. I am Isaac. Get the Flashiness app. Subscribe to Flashiness YouTube channel to enjoy more videos. Have a wonderful day.